Hello, my name is Chris and today I'm going to review the 2019 Honda Passport. A new vehicle, this SUV is somewhat in between CR-V and Pilot, though it is more outdoorsy and more rugged. It has a chunky appearance and looks convincingly tough. I especially like the black fender flares. On the outside, it is mission accomplished and this Passport is offered in a nice dark red and blue. Nice. Check out the Passport exterior, its strongest aspect according to me. On the inside, there is the predictable space, certainly meant for lugging stuff around. The high seats is great for legs as you sit in a more natural position. Sitting in front, one is immediately struck by its qualities and flaws. I'll start with the qualities. Incredible visibility, a commanding view of the road. If you did not see it, it's simply because you weren't looking. Wonderful height, and a real feeling of durability, capable of going on a fully loaded camping trip. Base model comes with 20-inch mags, CarPlay, Auto, Honda sensing technologies, which are Honda's electronic driving aids, leather steering wheel, and heated front seats, also a moonroof. Mid-trim gets a power tailgate, leather seats, and acoustic windshield. The all-equipped model has ventilated seats, blind spot information and rear cross traffic monitor system, which by the way should really be standard Honda, and a hands-free tailgate. There's also acoustic side windows with navigation. This suspension is much better than the Honda Pilot I tested a few months ago, and the power is plenty. The major flaw of Passport is the interior design. I cannot think of one vehicle with less design taste in the category. The quality of the materials isn't the problem, it's the design language. From the late 90s, a hyper-thin steering wheel, and an overwhelming sensation that the whole thing was an afterthought. The dash also is not cutting it. We expect reliable vehicles to be a little less awesome on the inside than its less reliable rivals, but I found this interior forgettable despite its obvious qualities. It is quiet on the highway, and the seats are incredible though. The engine is a V6 with direct injection and makes 280 horsepower and 262 pounds of torque. Not very high figures. It does 12.5 liters in the city and 9.8 on the highway. It is smooth, silent, and powerful on the road, and reassuring and works seamlessly with the 9-speed automatic transmission. You could lease Passport, but I think it would be a better purchase given Honda's reliability. I have not seen many on Quebec's roads. Here are my thoughts. Hello car lovers, driving the 2019 Honda Passport that Ross brought me today. It is slightly snowing outside, so of course we didn't clean the vehicle. For those of you who complain in the comments that I don't wash the vehicle. What to say about this vehicle? Well, on the outside, pretty good, I'd say. I like the front end. I find it looks a little bit rugged. It has a certain amount of outdoorsy, playful look from the front. From the rear, 3/4, I would say it looks more like a Pilot than anything else, than a run-of-the-mill Honda product. It looks okay from the outside. What about the rest of this vehicle? What does it look like? Well, the rest of this vehicle is, some of it's good, some of it is maybe not so good. We'll start with what's good. I love how high I'm seated here. When I talk to people who want to buy crossovers or SUVs, what they really want is a high seating experience and also a nice visibility. These huge Honda windows everywhere are just awesome. They work well, and I think they do a great job on that level, Honda. They really never forget the core tasks of the vehicles they produce, and this is the case with this Passport. What else about this interior? Well, it's got that familiar Honda easiness
All right, and what I mean by that is that the steering effort is not too high. It accelerates smoothly. This V6 accelerates very smoothly, very refined. You're seated in wonderful seats. They might not be the most flashy looking seats, but in terms of comfort, in terms of not wearing out your back over long drives, it really is something. I like it a lot. So this is very good. Also, once you've been in one Honda, you've been in all Hondas, you kind of like it. It's very familiar here. Like the interface is very familiar. The climate control is very easy to use. I'm always very satisfied driving a Honda. Things that don't work, well, there's a few things that don't work. This dash here has to be, can anyone think of a worse looking dash for a vehicle of this price? I can't think of one. All right, so kind of like in last place for that one. In terms of the general quality and layout here, yes, the materials, it's soft touch, the materials feel quality enough, but this car looks like what a Honda ergonomics engineer of the 90s would have predicted a Honda looks like in our time, and that's not keeping up with the current events. There's a lot nicer interiors out there on the market for the same price. This steering wheel is, well, for an outdoorsy sporty vehicle, the thickness, the rim is so thin, it's wide, it doesn't feel sporty at all. The leather quality is fine, it's not that, it's just that really we're in 2019. So that is not to say that it doesn't have its qualities. In terms of the Honda reliability is still there. Maybe not quite as much as it used to be, but it's still Honda reliability. I will say make a few notes though, positive notes. The suspension is very good. The Pilot I reviewed a while back, I said the suspension felt kind of like molasses. The CR-V on the other hand is perfect. This suspension, very good. It feels playfully off-roady without being uncomfortable. And I'm driving here in Lachine, shitty roads, and there's no problem. It's taking the bumps very well. So those are my thoughts on the vehicle, and that is it. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, you should subscribe, and that is it.